And I'd now like to hand over to the final speaker of the morning. So Gabriel Pavo from the European Nuclear Education Network, who, as you can see, is going to give us a presentation on all the work that was done in terms of education, training and skills. Thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you, Jessica. So once again, I still have 10 minutes to wish everybody good morning. And before starting my presentation, I would like to recall two other presentations which took place this morning. So first of all, the one from Claire, which underlined the fact that in the TANDEM project, we cooperated with several other projects or discussed or interacted with several other projects. These projects that were mentioned by Claire this morning are in a different stage of implementation. But we also have among us the representative of EasySMR, which is basically a brand new project, just started right now. This project is dealing with light water reactors. Besides this, another presentation made by Andrei Goicea showed on the screen, let's say, the supported technologies by the Industrial Alliance. And if I remember correctly, there are 8 projects with good chances, 9 projects with good chances of implementation with different technologies. And you might wonder what could be the connection. And basically, I could say that the connection between TANDEM and all these other projects are represented by the fact that TANDEM can support this. So TANDEM can support their implementation because TANDEM deals with the, let's say, inclusion of a SMR, so small modular reactor, into the energy mix, regardless of the SMR. We can talk today about one specific technology that TANDEM is addressing, or we can look into the future and as, for example, as the representative of the Belgian government asked about inclusion of security, we can even adapt in the future TANDEM in this regard. For the moment, it was not the case to look into the security. Okay, there is another slide. There was another slide again presented by Mr. Andrei Goicea, which said that the target of the Industrial Alliance is to support the implementation of an SMR by 2030. What does this mean? This means that by 2030, you need to have quite a lot of qualified people that could support in basically designing the power plant, constructing the power plant, and running the power plant. This means, if we are looking at the date today, that we have about 5 years to do so. I believe that everybody in the room followed a university degree. Usually this takes about 5 years. So we are quite at the good moment to look into how we can develop this human resource. And for that, what did we do in the TANDEM project? So basically, you have here on the screen the key aspects or the procedure that we followed with respect to education and training. So how we approached this. Okay, the first step was to address the industry. This was the step that we did together with former Foratom, which is today Nuclear Europe, and which is the representative of the industry. So we addressed this gap in competencies by asking the industry, hey, what do you need for this developing, constructing, and running a power plant? So we went to the industry. In the same time, and then as partner of the work package, we looked into the academia and research centers and training providers and so on. And we said, hey, what can we provide today? And then at some point, we had to, let's say, put these two things together and to have a conclusion, to have an action, to have something that could cope with this need coming from the industry again. So what did nuclear Europe do? There are several actions aimed at the industry. There were a lot of actions, in fact. And following these actions, we found out a set of important answers. First of all, there is a set of competencies that the industry is looking into one person for specific jobs and so on. But the most important part is that there is no purely nuclear competence looked at one person. So if a person is going to be employed by an industry, this person needs to be, let's say, qualified at different levels for the so-called hard skills, like very good in nuclear, but they are also looking into having in that person to have some sort of soft skills, again, at different levels based on the different positions. From my side, from the, let's say, educational point of view, what we found out today, or a couple of months back, there was no purely SMR dedicated master program. So then today we can say that the universities are not fully ready to cope with this demand. A master program must be looked at from, let's say, several perspectives. Master programs usually are those that are regularly developed or implemented, are approved, are following a design curricula, are following a design, let's say, purpose, or looking into the so-called learning outcomes. So these statutory programs do not exist. But what does it exist? So universities noticed, and not only universities, you will see later, that several of these education and training institutions noticed this need of highly qualified human resource. So they started doing specialized master programs. This means that they addressed the industry, they looked into what they are needing, and they created these specialized master programs based on the needs, specific needs. So they are pinpoint master programs. They are not daily provided master programs. Of course, if we want to have a lower level of specialization, we can have short courses. There are countless short courses offered today. And they are all addressing different parts of the technologies, of the SMR technologies. Moving a little bit further of what we did in the TANDEM project. So, again, recall, we analyzed the industry needs, we analyzed what education and training can provide. We put together and we sit together and we said, hey, what we can provide within this project with the project results. And then with the project results, we were, let's say, focusing into providing, as you see here on display with green, an international school, 2 very technical workshops, and a series of webinars. I'm emphasizing the role of these international schools, workshops, and webinars because they were all open. And why they are all open? Because if you are part of an industry, if you're part of an organization, you already have your employees. If you want to disseminate the results of the TANDEM project, you can have an internal meeting. But once you open the results of the TANDEM project to the whole Europe, to the whole world, then you're bringing new people to the field. So you promote the attractiveness of the action. You promote the let's say the spread of knowledge and the spread of the project results. So this is why we open this to the community, and with quite some good results. Of course, we had to sit together again to design them, to plan the delivery dates, and to plan the let's say the agenda of each one of these actions. And to shortly present the outcomes, I will just run very shortly through them. So this is the International Summer School, which took place in Italy in June, so about 1 year ago. In June 2024, it was a very nice place. So once again, a very attractive place to be. But with this summer school, we looked into addressing various levels of, let's say, competencies. So starting with master level students, PhDs and researchers, postdocs and so on. The program of the summer school was designed in such a way that all of these people found out all of these stages in their career could attend. You can also see the topics addressed. So advantages and challenges of concepts, different concepts of nuclear reactors, use of training tools. So basically we run into, let's say because today we have multiple concepts of SMRs. What tools to be used, of course, with focus on the one in the TANDEM project. And we also address the skills necessary for assessing the impact of these systems. We collaborated also with an N2+ project, so another project. That's why I'm saying I'm emphasizing the role of TANDEM being a connecting point between several projects. And we managed to support 24 people, to come to Lecco Lake in Italy for the summer school. This is the agenda. So you will see, besides the theoretical courses, you will see also some modeling exercises, some hands-on practical exercises. So people were basically working themselves on these models. And we also had some topics like public engagement. Workshops. We have implemented, so planned, developed, and implemented 2 workshops. One in September 2024. The name of the workshop was non-electric application of SMRs into hybrid energy systems and their components. It took place in Cadarache. I think it was also pretty successful because we had 24 attendees in presence. Again, a broad range of addressed recipients, youngsters, but also experienced ones. Because today, if we cannot speak about a running nuclear power plant, this topic it's attractive for all ranges of specialists. This is the agenda of the workshop. So again, we presented technologies, we presented the possibility of use of these technologies, and we presented also in-depth technical topics. We had also in-depth technical topics. The other workshop, the second workshop, which took place in fact this year, again 24 persons in person, and we have received in total 71 registrations. Out of these, about 37 were present online. So again, a very successful action. When you look at the numbers of, let's say, in presence persons, we try to fit a reasonable number so that we are not overcrowded, and we are also fulfilling, let's say, a reasonable number of people that that could attend, with respect also to the capabilities of lecturers and technical visits and so on. This is the agenda of the workshop. Besides that, we had, and we have Walter here with us, we had a series of webinars which were developed together with an N2+ project, and which were using the University of Pisa platform. So these webinars were held online, again with open participation. We had several specialists talking on various thematics. And what we had 5 or more than 5, 6 webinars in this regard. Now, what comes next? So the project itself is looking into addressing this need of skilled workforce in a desired time frame. So we are trying to do this. We try to do this, and hopefully we will have a follow-up and keep doing this. Again, from the first stages of the project, we found out that we need to work together with industry. We need to work together with the providers of the soft skills, because industry doesn't need only highly trained nuclear specialists. A person which is working in industry needs to have various qualifications. So we learned also this. And we also found out that we need to have a local, regional, and European strategy to cope with these challenges. The challenge is not only for the SMRs, because probably you are up to date with the fact that the existing nuclear industry needs a huge amount of workforce in the coming years. So our challenge in the SMR project is not only to provide these tools necessary for people into addressing the SMR technologies, but these people will be addressed also by the rest of existing technologies. So again, for having an idea of a friendly battle between SMRs and classical nuclear power plants, they are also needing a lot of human resource. This is what I wanted to present today, and these are on the screen. These are the contributors to the work package. Thank you very much.